Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel English Pulse. Today I want to talk about something very important. We will talk about why you must talk in English every day. Many people want to speak English fluently. They learn new words, they study grammar, they watch English videos, they read English books, but there is one important thing that they forget. They do not talk in English enough. They learn English, but they do not use English. This is why many learners understand English but cannot speak it well. The truth is very simple. If you want to talk in English, you must practice talking in English, and the best way is to talk every day. Talking every day is like exercise. If you exercise one time and then stop, your body will not become strong. You need to exercise again and again. In the same way, your speaking needs regular practice. Your mouth needs practice. Your brain needs practice. Your ears need practice too. Every time you speak English, you become a little better. Maybe you do not see a big change in one day, but after many days, you will see your progress. Let me tell you a story. There was a young man named Ali. Ali wanted to speak English very well. He watched many English lessons every day. He knew many English words. He understood simple English videos. But when someone asked him a question in English, he became quiet. He knew the answer in his mind, but the words did not come out of his mouth. He felt nervous. He was afraid of making mistakes. One day, he asked himself, "Why can I understand English but not speak English?" Then he found the answer. He was not practicing speaking. So Ali made a simple plan. He decided to talk in English every day. He did not wait for a teacher. He did not wait for a friend. He started talking to himself. In the morning, he looked around his room and said, "This is my bed. This is my chair. I am opening the window. Today is a beautiful day." His English was simple, but he spoke. In the beginning, he felt strange. But after some days, it became easier. When Ali was walking, he talked in English in his mind. He said, "I am walking to the market. I need to buy some food. The weather is hot today." When he was cooking, he said, "I am cutting vegetables. I am making tea. The food smells good." When he came home from work, he talked about his day. He said, "Today was busy. I met my friend. I learned something new." Little by little, English became part of his daily life. This is what happens when you talk in English every day. English starts becoming more natural. At first, you may need to think for a long time. You may translate every sentence from your first language. But daily practice can help you think faster. Your brain begins to remember common words and sentences. Your mouth becomes more comfortable with English sounds. Slowly, speaking becomes easier. Many learners say, "I cannot speak because I do not know enough words." Sometimes this is true. But many times, learners already know enough words to start speaking. You do not need to know 10,000 words to say, "I am happy today." You do not need perfect grammar to say, "I went to the market yesterday." Start with the words you already know. Use them. Make small sentences. Simple English is still English. Remember, a child does not learn to speak by waiting until every word is perfect. A child listens, tries, makes mistakes, and tries again. You can do the same. Do not wait until your English is perfect before you start talking. Start talking now. Your speaking will improve because you talk. Talking every day also helps you become confident. Fear becomes smaller when you practice. Maybe today you are afraid to say one sentence. Tomorrow you can say 2 sentences. After some days you can talk for 1 minute. Then you can talk for 5 minutes. Your confidence grows through action. I remember a learner who was very shy. Her name was Sarah. She knew some English, but she never spoke it. She was afraid that people would laugh at her mistakes. One day, she decided to change. Every morning, she stood in front of a mirror and talked for 5 minutes. She talked about her family, her plans, and her dreams. At first, she made many mistakes, but she continued. After 1 month, Sarah noticed something important. She was still making mistakes, but she was no longer afraid of them. She could speak more easily. Her mind was faster. Her confidence was stronger. The simple habit of talking every day changed her. You can also use a mirror to practice. Look at yourself and start talking. Say hello. My name is Dot. Today I feel happy. I am learning English because I want to improve my life. You can talk about anything. Talk about your morning. Talk about your work. Talk about a movie you watched. Talk about what you want to do tomorrow. Do not worry if nobody is listening. You are practicing. You are training your mouth and brain. Every word you speak is useful practice. Another great idea is to ask yourself questions. For example, ask, "What did I do today?" Then answer in English. Ask, "What am I going to do tomorrow?" Answer in English. Ask, "What is my favorite food?" Then explain why you like it. This simple practice can help you speak for a longer time. You can also describe things around you. Look at a tree and say, "This tree is very tall. It has many green leaves." Look at the sky and say, "The sky is blue today. I can see some clouds." Look at your phone and say, "This is my phone. I use it every day." Simple descriptions are powerful speaking practice. The important thing is not to stop because of mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. If you never make mistakes, you may not be practicing enough. Every mistake can teach you something. Maybe you use the wrong word. Maybe you say a sentence in the wrong way. That is okay. You can learn and try again. Talking every day, right, helps you discover your weak areas too. When you only read in. When you only read English, you may think your English is very good. But when you try to speak, you may discover that you do not know how to express an idea. This is not bad news. It is helpful. Now you know what you need to practice. For example, you may try to talk about your daily routine and suddenly forget the word breakfast. Then you can learn that word and use it again. The next time, you will remember it more easily. Speaking shows you what you need to learn. Try to make English part of your daily routine. You do not need to study for 5 hours. Start with 10 minutes. Talk while you are alone. Talk in front of a mirror. Record your voice. Describe your day. Ask yourself questions. Repeat simple sentences. The most important thing is to do something every day. Some days will be easy. Other days will be difficult. Maybe you feel tired. Maybe you have no motivation. But try to say at least a few English sentences. Small practice is better than no practice. Even 2 minutes can keep your habit alive. Do not compare yourself with people who speak English better than you. Their journey is different. Focus on your own progress. Yesterday, maybe you could not say 1 sentence. Today, you can say 3. That is progress. Celebrate it. Always remember the simple idea: speaking is a skill. You cannot improve a skill only by thinking about it. You need to practice it. A person can read many books about swimming, but they will not learn to swim until they enter the water. In the same way, you can learn many rules about English, but you must open your mouth, speak, and speak. So from today, make a promise to yourself. Talk in English every day. Do not wait for the perfect time. Do not wait until you know every word. Do not wait until you feel completely confident. Start with what you know. Speak simple English. Make mistakes. Learn from them. Then speak again. Every day you talk in English, you are taking 1 step forward. Some steps will be small, and that is okay. Small steps can take you very far. Your voice may feel weak today, but if you keep using it, it will become stronger. Your English may be slow today, but daily practice can help you speak more easily. Tomorrow, talking in English every day is not only practice. It is a message to yourself. It says, I am serious about my goal. I believe I can improve. I will not give up. Keep talking. Keep trying. Keep learning. One day, you may look back and remember the person you were before. Then you will smile, because you will see how far you have come. Every word you speak today is building your English for tomorrow. Chapter 2. Daily talking builds confidence. Every day is a new chance to talk in English. You do not need to wait for a special class. You do not need to wait for a perfect English teacher. You do not need to wait for someone to come and practice with you. English is already around you. Your life is full of things you can talk about. The important thing is to use your voice every day. The more you talk, the more confident you become. Many learners believe that confidence comes first. They think, when I become confident, I will speak English. But this is not always true. Confidence usually comes after practice. You speak first. You make mistakes. You try again. Then your confidence slowly grows. If you wait to feel completely confident before speaking, you may wait for a very long time. Start speaking now and let confidence grow step by step. Imagine a person who wants to learn to ride a bicycle. On the first day, that person may feel afraid. They may think, what if I fall? But they sit on the bicycle and try. Maybe they fall once. Maybe they lose their balance. But they get up and try again. After many days of practice, riding becomes easier. They no longer feel the same fear. Speaking English is very similar. At first, you may feel afraid, but daily practice can make that fear smaller. Let me tell you about a young woman named Maya. Maya understood English quite well. She watched English videos and listened to English stories every day. She knew many words. But when she tried to speak, she became very nervous. Her heart beat faster. She worried about every sentence. She thought, "What if I say the wrong word? What if my pronunciation is bad? What if people laugh at me?" One day, Maya decided that she was tired of being silent. She made a simple plan. She would talk in English for 10 minutes every day. She did not try to speak perfectly. She simply tried to speak. On the first day, Maya stood in front of a mirror. She said, "Hello, my name is Maya. I am learning English. Today is Monday. I am a little nervous, but I will try." She stopped many times. Sometimes she forgot words. Sometimes she did not know what to say. But she continued. The next day, she talked about her family. She said, "I have a small family. My mother is kind. My father works hard. I have one brother." Her sentences were simple, but she was speaking. On another day, she talked about her favorite food. On another day, she talked about her dreams. Every day, she gave herself permission to make mistakes. After 2 weeks, Maya noticed a change. She was still not perfect. She still forgot some words. But speaking was becoming easier. She did not feel as afraid as before. She could make sentences faster. Her mouth was getting used to English. This is the power of daily talking. You do not become better because of one perfect day. You become better because you continue. Every small practice adds something to your English. 1 sentence today, 5 sentences tomorrow, 1 minute next week, 5 minutes after that. Small steps become big progress. Talking every day also helps you remember words. Many learners learn new vocabulary, but they forget it after some time. Why? Because they do not use the words. When you speak a new word, you give that word a place in your memory. The more you use it, the easier it becomes to remember. For example, imagine that you learn the word excited. Do not only write it in a notebook, use it. Say, "I am excited to learn English." Say, "I am excited about my future." Say, "My friend is excited today." When you use the word in different sentences, it becomes part of your English. The same is true for phrases. Maybe you learn the phrase "I think that." Do not just read it once. Start using it every day. I think that English is important. I think that practice helps. I think that I can improve. Soon, you will use the phrase without thinking too much. Talking also teaches your mouth how to move. This may sound simple, but it is very important. You can know a word in your mind and still find it difficult to say. Your mouth needs practice with English sounds. The more you speak, the more comfortable you become. Try reading a short English paragraph aloud. Do not read only with your eyes. Use your voice. Read slowly. Listen to your pronunciation. Repeat difficult words. You can read the same paragraph again and again. Each time, you may sound a little more natural. Another good habit is to record yourself. You can use your phone and record your voice for 1 or 2 minutes. Talk about your day. Then listen to yourself. At first, you may feel strange. Many people do not like listening to their own voices, but recording yourself can help you hear your progress. you may notice that you speak too fast. You may hear a word that is difficult for you. You may find places where you stop for too long. This is useful information. You can practice and improve. Do not listen to your recording only to find mistakes. Also, listen for your progress. Maybe last month you could speak for only 30 seconds. Today, you can speak for 3 minutes. That is something to celebrate. Another important reason to talk every day is that speaking helps you think in English. When you do not speak often, your brain may continue to use your first language for everything. Then you have to translate each sentence before speaking. This can make speaking slow and difficult. But when you practice talking every day, your brain becomes more familiar with English. You begin to use simple English thoughts directly. Instead of thinking in your first language and then translating, you can begin to think, I am hungry. I need some water. It is time to go. These small English thoughts can help you become a faster speaker. You can practice this during your normal day. When you wake up, say, Good morning. I am ready for a new day. When you look outside, describe the weather. When you eat breakfast, talk about your food. When you go somewhere, describe what you see. You do not need to talk loudly all the time. You can speak quietly. You can whisper. You can practice in your mind when you cannot speak out loud. But when you have the chance, use your voice. Your mouth needs practice too. Remember, you are not trying to become perfect in one day. You are building a habit. Habit can change your English. 10 minutes every day can be more powerful than studying for many hours. Only once a month. Regular practice helps your brain remember. It helps your confidence grow. It makes English feel more familiar. Some days, you may feel that you are not improving. That is normal. Progress is not always easy to see. Think about a small plant. You water it every day, but you do not see a big change every morning. Then, after some time, you notice that it has grown. Your English can grow in the same way. So do not give up because you cannot see a big change today. Keep talking. Keep practicing. Keep using the words you know. From today, give yourself a simple challenge. Talk in English every day for 10 minutes. Talk about anything. Talk about your life, your family, your plans, your work, your dreams, or your favorite things. Do not stop because your English is simple. Simple English is a strong beginning. Beginning. You have a voice. Use it. You have English words in your mind. Bring them out. You may feel nervous today, but tomorrow can be easier. You may make mistakes today, but tomorrow you can learn from them. Daily talking is one of the best gifts you can give yourself as an English learner. It builds confidence. It helps you remember words. It trains your mouth. It makes your brain faster. Most importantly, it helps you believe that you can speak. So stand up. Look around you. Take a deep breath and say something in English. Start with one sentence, then another sentence, then another. Do it again tomorrow. And do not stop. The more you talk in English every day, the less English feels like a difficult subject, and the more it becomes a natural part of your life. Chapter 3. Talking every day makes English natural. When you use English every day, English slowly becomes more natural. At first, English may feel difficult. You may need a lot of time to make one sentence. You may know the words, but the words do not come out quickly. You may stop and think, what should I say now? This is normal. Every English learner can feel this way. But when you keep talking every day, something begins to change. Your brain starts to become familiar with English. The words you use often become easier to remember. The sentences you practice again and again become easier to say. Right? You do not have to think about every word. Slowly, your English starts to come out more naturally. This is one of the biggest reasons why daily talking is so important. Think about your daily life. You do many things without thinking very hard. When you wake up, you know what to do. You get out of bed. You wash your face. You eat breakfast. These things have become habits. You have done them many times. Speaking English can also become a habit, but you must practice it again and again. Let me tell you a story about a young man named Daniel. Daniel wanted to speak English fluently. Every day, he studied English for 1 hour. He learned grammar rules. He memorized vocabulary. He watched English lessons. He worked very hard, but he had one problem. He did not talk in English. Daniel believed that one day he would learn enough English, and then he would start speaking. He thought, first, I need perfect grammar. Then I need more vocabulary. After that, I will talk. But every month, he learned more and more, and he still did not speak. One day, Daniel met someone who asked him a simple question. The person said, "How was your day?" Daniel knew the question. He understood every word. But he became nervous. He wanted to say, "My day was good. I went to work, and then I came home." But he could not answer quickly. He started thinking about grammar. He tried to translate. He forgot a word. Finally, he gave a very short answer. Daniel went home and thought about what happened. He realized something important. He knew English, but he was not used to using English. His brain had knowledge, but his mouth had very little practice. The next day, Daniel changed his plan. He decided to talk in English every day. In the beginning, he practiced alone. Every morning, he talked about his plans. He said, "Today I will go to work. I will finish my job. In the evening, I will study English." At night, he talked about his day. He said, "Today was a good day. I was busy. I learned 2 new words." His sentences were simple. Sometimes he repeated the same words. Sometimes he made mistakes, but Daniel continued. He did not stop after 3 days. He did not stop after 1 week. He practiced every day. After some time, Daniel noticed something different. When he wanted to say a simple sentence, he could say it faster. He did not have to translate every word. Common sentences started coming directly from his mind. This is what daily speaking can do for you. Repetition makes familiar things easier. If you say, "How are you?" one time, you may remember it. But if you say it many times in real situations, it becomes very easy. You do not stop to think about the grammar, you simply say it. The same thing can happen with many English sentences. Practice simple phrases such as, I am not sure. I think so. That sounds good. I need some help. What do you mean? Can you say that again? When you use these sentences often, they become the part of your natural English. This is why it is helpful to talk about your real life. Your life gives you many chances to repeat useful words. You can talk about what you are doing. You can talk about what you see. You can talk about what you feel. In the morning, you can say, I am waking up. I feel tired. I need to get ready. During the day, you can say, I am working now. I have many things to do. In the evening, you can say, I am going home. I am tired, but I feel happy. These are not difficult sentences. But simple sentences can build strong speaking habits. Do not think that you need difficult English to practice well. Simple English used every day is very powerful. Another important thing is that daily talking helps you become comfortable with silence and pauses. At first, you may stop after every few words. You may think, I do not know what to say. That is okay. Take a breath. Think of the next word, then continue. Do not always stop your practice because you forgot one word. Try to explain the idea in another way. For example, imagine that you forget the word refrigerator. You can say, it is the place where we keep food cold. Maybe it is not perfect, but you are still communicating. This is a very important speaking skill. Fluent speakers do not always know every word. Sometimes they also forget words, but they find another way to explain. Daily practice can help you learn how to continue speaking even when you do not know the perfect word. Talking every day also helps you learn how to connect your ideas. At first, you may only say, I woke up, I ate breakfast, I went to work. This is a good beginning, but with practice, you can slowly make longer sentences. You can say, I woke up early because I had a busy day. You can say, I ate breakfast and then I went to work. You can use simple words like and, but, because, and so to connect your ideas. For example, you can say, I was tired, but I continued working. I studied English because I want to speak better. I want to improve, so I practice every day. These small words can help your speaking sound smoother. Do not try to learn everything at one time. Choose one small thing and practice it. Maybe today, use the word because 5 times. Tomorrow, use the phrase I think 5 times. The next day, practice talking about the past. You can ask yourself, what did I do yesterday? Then speak for 2 minutes. Yesterday, I woke up early. I ate breakfast. Then I went outside. I met my friend, and we talked for some time. This is simple practice, but it teaches your brain to use English. You can also practice talking about the future. Ask yourself, what will I do tomorrow? Then answer in English. Tomorrow, I will wake up early. I will go to work. In the evening, I will practice English. The more you talk about your real life, the more useful English becomes to you. English is no longer only something in a book. It becomes something you use. You can talk while you are doing simple activities. When you are cooking, describe what you are doing. When you are cleaning your room, talk about the things you see. When you are walking, describe the street. You can say, I can see a small shop. There are many people outside. The weather is warm. You may feel silly talking to yourself at first. But remember, you are practicing a skill. Athletes practice their movements. Musicians practice their instruments. English learners should practice their speaking. There is nothing strange about it. You can also make your practice fun. Pretend that you are making a video in English. Imagine that you are talking to an audience. Start by saying, "Hello, everyone. Today I want to talk about my day." Then continue for 1 or 2 minutes. Another day, imagine that you are a teacher. Teach yourself something simple. Explain how to make tea. Explain how to cook your favorite food. Explain how to do something you know well. When you explain things, you practice making sentences and sharing ideas. Always remember that speaking is not only about grammar. Speaking is about communication. Your goal is to share your thoughts. Do not let the fear of perfect grammar make you silent. Simple and clear English is better than perfect English that never comes out of your mouth. Talking every day can also make you feel closer to the English language. The more you use it, the less strange it becomes. At first, English may feel like a difficult subject. Later, it can become a normal part of your day. Maybe today, you speak English for only 5 minutes. That is okay. Tomorrow, speak for 5 minutes again. Do not worry about doing something big. Focus on being consistent. Think about Daniel. He did not become a better speaker because he waited for perfect English. He improved because he started using the English he already knew. Day after day, his words became easier. His sentences became longer. His confidence became stronger. You can do the same. Do not wait for English to become natural before you start talking. Talk every day, and English will slowly become more natural. Use the words you know. Practice simple sentences. Repeat useful phrases. Remember, every time you speak English, you are teaching your brain to use it more easily. Every time you repeat a sentence, you are making that sentence stronger in your memory. Every day you practice, you are moving closer to your goal. So talk in English today. Talk tomorrow. Talk the next day too. You do not need perfect English. You only need the courage to start and the habit to continue. One day, the English that feels difficult today can become easy tomorrow. Keep talking, keep practicing, and let English become a natural part of your life. Chapter 4. Talking every day helps you think faster. Daily talking helps you think faster in English. Many English learners have the same problem. They know many words. They understand simple sentences. They may even know grammar rules. But when someone talks to them in English, they need a long time to answer. Someone asks, "How was your day?" You understand the question. You know the words, but your mind becomes slow. You think in your first language, then you try to translate the answer. You think about grammar. You try to find the right words. By the time you are ready to speak, the conversation has already moved forward. Bet. This happens because your brain needs practice. Thinking quickly in English is a skill, and like every skill, it becomes better with regular practice. When you talk in English every day, you teach your brain to find English words more quickly. At first, your brain may work like this. You think of an idea in your first language, then you translate it into English, then you check the grammar, then you try to speak. This can take a lot of time, but with daily practice, some English words and sentences can begin to come directly into your mind. For example, imagine that you feel thirsty. In the beginning, you may think about this feeling in your first language. Then you translate it into English and say, I am thirsty. But after using English again and again, you can simply think, I am thirsty. The English sentence comes directly into your mind. This is a small change, but it is very important. Let me tell you about a young man named Omar. Omar had studied English for many years. He could read English stories. He could understand some English videos. He knew many grammar rules, but speaking was difficult for him. One day, Omar met an English speaker who asked him, "What do you like to do on weekends?" Omar understood the question, but he became quiet. He wanted to answer. He thought about football, movies, and spending time with his friends. But he did not know how to say everything quickly. He spent too much time trying to make the perfect sentence. Later, Omar thought about the problem. He realized that he was always waiting for a perfect answer. He decided to change his habit. Loves one. From that day, he started asking himself simple questions in English every day. Every day. In the morning, he asked, "What am I going to do today?" Then he answered, "Today I am going to work. After work, I will buy some food. In the evening, I will practice English." He did not worry about making long or difficult sentences. During the day, he asked himself more questions. What am I doing now? How do I feel? What can I see? What do I want to do later? He always tried to answer in English. At first, Omar needed time. Sometimes he stopped for 5 or 10 seconds. But he continued. After 1 week, some answers came more quickly. After 2 weeks, he could answer many simple questions without translating. He was surprised. One day, his friend asked him, "What did you do yesterday?" This time, Omar answered more quickly. He said, "Yesterday, I went to the market. Then I came home and watched a movie." The answer was simple, but he did not need a long time to think. Omar understood something important. His English was not becoming faster because he was learning hundreds of new words every day. Chick chirk, tuek. It was becoming faster because he was using the words he already knew. He was training his brain to find them quickly. You can do the same thing. Start with simple English questions. Ask yourself, what is this? Where am I? What am I doing? What did I do today? What will I do tomorrow? Then answer without worrying too much. Try to answer quickly. Do not spend 5 minutes making one sentence. Say the best sentence you can at that moment. Later, you can learn a better way to say it. But first, let the words come out. You can also practice by describing pictures. Look at a picture and give yourself 30 seconds. Say everything you can see. You might say, I can see a man. He is wearing a blue shirt. He is sitting in a park. There are trees behind him. This kind of practice teaches your brain to think and speak more quickly. You are not giving yourself a long time to prepare. You are using the English you already know. Another good activity is to look around your room. Choose 5 things and describe them quickly. For example, there is a table near the window. There is a book on the table. My phone is next to the book. You can do this anywhere. When you are walking outside, describe what you see. There is a car. 2 people are talking. The road is busy. When you are eating, describe your food. This food is hot. It tastes good. I like the spices. These small exercises may seem simple, but they can make a big difference. They give your brain daily training. It is also helpful to practice common English questions and answers. Imagine that someone asks, "What is your name?" Answer quickly, "My name is." Imagine someone asks, "Where are you from?" Answer, "I am from." Practice common questions about your job, your family, your hobbies, and your daily life. You can make your own speaking practice. Write 10 simple questions. Then answer them every day. The first time may be slow, but after repeating the practice, you will answer faster. For example, ask yourself, what is your favorite food? What did you eat today? What makes you happy? What do you want to learn? Where do you want to travel? Bo? These questions are simple, but they help you use many useful words. You can also set a small timer. Give yourself 1 minute and choose a topic. Talk about the topic until the time ends. Your topic can be your family, your hometown, your work, or your favorite movie. Do not stop because you make a mistake. Keep talking. If you forget a word, try to explain it in another way. If you cannot make a long sentence, make a short sentence. The goal is to keep your English moving. Talking every day also helps you stop overthinking. Many learners know enough English, but they think too much about every word. They ask, is this grammar correct? Is this pronunciation perfect? Should I use this word or another word? These questions are useful when you are studying, but they can slow you down during speaking. When you are practicing conversation, try to focus on your message. What do you want to say? Say it simply. Later, you can improve the grammar. Imagine that you want to say, yesterday, I went to the market. Maybe you are not sure about the grammar. Do not become silent. Say the sentence. If you make a mistake, you can learn later. Speaking practice teaches you to keep going. Of course, grammar is important. Learning new words is important too, but speaking every day helps you turn your knowledge into action. You need both learning and using. You can learn 10 new words, but if you never use them, they may disappear from your memory. Try using 1 or 2 new words in your daily speaking. For example, if you learn the word decide, say, I decided to practice English today. If you learn the word improve, say, I want to improve my speaking. Use the words again tomorrow. Use the words again tomorrow. Then use them next week. Repetition can make your thinking faster. Another important thing is to listen and answer. When you listen to an English question, pause the video and answer it yourself. If someone in a video says, "What did you do today?" pause and answer in English. This is good practice because real conversations are not only about talking. You also need to understand questions and respond. You can practice with English stories too. Listen to a short story, then stop and explain what happened. You can say, "The story was about a young man. He had a problem. Then he found a solution." Even if you cannot remember every detail, try to explain the main idea. At first, your answers may be slow. That is completely normal. Do not become discouraged. Remember that your brain is learning a new habit. Think about learning to use a new computer or phone. At first, you may not know where everything is. You need time to find each button. But after using it every day, your hands know what to do. You become faster without thinking too much. Daily English practice works in a similar way. The more you use English, the more familiar it becomes. Your brain starts to recognize common patterns. Your mouth becomes ready to speak familiar sentences. Do not expect to think like a native speaker after 1 week. Be patient. Daily practice works slowly, but it can create strong results. One day, you may notice that you are answering a question before you translate it. You may notice that an English sentence suddenly comes into your mind. These are signs of progress. Keep your practice simple. You do not need difficult topics. Talk about your real life. Use common questions. Describe things around you. Explain your day. Answer quickly. Repeat useful phrases. Most importantly, talk every day. Your brain becomes faster through use. Pide. If you use English only once a month, your brain may not become comfortable with it. But when you use English every day, you give your brain a reason to remember it. So from today, give yourself a new challenge. Choose one question and answer it in English every morning. In the afternoon, describe something you can see. At night, talk about your day for 5 minutes. These small activities can train your brain every day. Do not wait for fast English to come by itself. Build it through daily practice. Think in English. Speak in English. Repeat useful sentences. Allow yourself to make mistakes and continue. Remember, fast speaking does not always mean perfect speaking. First, learn to speak clearly. Then, with daily practice, your speed can improve naturally. The more you talk in English, the faster your brain learns to think in English. So speak every day, trust the process, and watch your confidence grow. Chapter 5. Daily talking helps you use English in real life. Daily talking prepares you to use English in real life. Learning English from a book is important. Watching English videos is helpful. Listening to English is also very useful. But one day, you may need to use English in a real conversation. When that moment comes, daily speaking practice can help you feel ready. Imagine that you meet someone who speaks English. They smile and say, "Hello, how are you?" You understand the question, but you feel nervous. Your mind becomes empty. You know the answer, but you cannot say it quickly. This can happen when you understand English but do not practice speaking enough. Now, imagine a different situation. You have practiced talking every day. You have said, "I am fine, thank you." "How are you?" Many times. You have practiced introducing yourself. You have practiced talking about your family, your work, your hobbies, and your daily life. When someone speaks to you, you may still feel nervous, but you know what to do. You are more prepared because you have already practiced. Real-life English is about using the language when you need it. You may need English when you travel. You may need it at work. You may need it when you meet new people. You may use it online. You may need it to ask for help or share your ideas. Every day, speaking practice can prepare you for these situations. Let me tell you a story about a young woman named Lena. Lena had been learning English for a long time. She knew many words. She could read English books. She could understand simple videos. But she was very shy about speaking. One day, Lena traveled to another city. At a hotel, she needed to speak English. The person at the front desk asked her some questions. Lena understood the questions, but she became nervous. She knew many words, but she had very little experience using them in conversation. She answered with short words. She said, yes, no, okay. She wanted to say more, but she was afraid of making mistakes. That experience made Lena think. She realized that knowing English and using English were not exactly the same thing. She needed more speaking practice. When Lena returned home, she made a promise. Every day, she would practice English for real-life situations. She started with simple conversations. She pretended that she was meeting a new person. She said, "Hello, my name is Lena. Nice to meet you." Then she asked herself questions. Where are you from? What do you do? What do you like to do in your free time? She answered every question in English. The next day, she practiced a hotel conversation. She said, "Hello, I have a reservation. Can you help me, please? What time is breakfast?" She imagined different situations and practiced useful sentences. Another day, she practiced going to a restaurant. She said, "I would like to order, please. Can I have some water?" "Thank you." The food was very good. Her English was simple, but it was useful. After some months of daily practice, Lena had another chance to travel. This time, she felt different. She was still a little nervous, but she could speak more easily. She did not need perfect sentences. She simply communicated. This is an important lesson. Real life. English does not always need difficult words. Many useful conversations begin with simple sentences. The goal is not to impress everyone with difficult vocabulary. The goal is to understand and be understood. Daily talking helps you prepare these useful sentences. When you repeat them many times, they become easier to remember. Think about introducing yourself. You can practice saying, "Hello, my name is Dayert. I am learning English." Say it every day until it feels easy. Then add more information. "I like reading. I enjoy watching movies." I want to speak English more confidently. These are simple sentences, but they can help you have a real conversation. You can also practice asking questions. Speaking is not only about giving answers. Good conversations need questions too. Practice questions like, what is your name? Where are you from? What do you do? What do you like to do? Can you help me? These questions can help you start and continue conversations. When you practice them every day, you become more comfortable using them. Another important skill is asking someone to repeat something. You will not always understand everything in English. Even fluent speakers sometimes do not understand a person because of noise, a different accent, or fast speech. Do not become silent when you do not understand. Practice useful sentences such as, can you say that again, please? Could you speak more slowly? What do you mean? I am sorry, I do not understand. These sentences can help you continue a conversation. You do not need to understand every word. You only need to know how to communicate. Daily talking can also help you at work. Maybe you need to say hello to a customer. Maybe you need to talk to a colleague. Maybe you need to explain a simple idea. The more you practice speaking, the more comfortable you can become. You can practice work conversations at home. Imagine that someone asks, how can I help you? Practice answering. Imagine that you need to explain a problem. Say, I have a small problem. Can you help me? Practice sentences that are useful for your life. You can also practice by speaking about your job. Say, I work as a dwan dot. Explain what you do. Every day, you do not need to speak perfectly. Try to explain your work with the English you know. The same idea can help you when meeting new people. Imagine that you meet someone at a party, on a trip, or online. What can you say? Start with something simple. Hello. Nice to meet you. Then ask a question. Where are you from? Maybe the other person asks you a question that you cannot answer perfectly. Do not panic. Take a breath. Use simple words. Give the best answer you can. Remember, communication is more important than perfection. Feng 1. If you wait for the perfect sentence, you may never speak. But if you start with simple English, you can slowly say more. Talking every day also teaches you how to continue after a mistake. In a real conversation, you may say the wrong word. You may use the wrong grammar. You may forget something. What should you do? Keep going. You can correct yourself and continue. For example, you might say, yesterday I went to the market. This is okay. You noticed the mistake and corrected it. Do not stop the whole conversation because of one small mistake. Daily practice helps you become comfortable with this. You learn that one mistake does not end your speaking. You can make a mistake, correct it, and continue. You can create small, real-life speaking situations every day. Imagine you are at a shop. Ask for something in English. Imagine you are asking for directions. Say, excuse me, where is the nearest station? Imagine you are talking to a doctor, a teacher, or a new friend. Practice simple conversations. You can even practice while looking in the mirror. Pretend that the person in the mirror is a new friend. Introduce yourself. Ask questions. Answer questions. Try to have a small conversation. Another helpful activity is role-playing. You can play two people. First, ask a question as one person, then answer as the other person. For example, say, "Hello, how are you?" Then answer, "I am good, thank you." "How about you?" Continue the conversation. This may feel strange at first, but it is a useful way to practice. You can also use your phone to record these conversations. Listen to yourself and notice how much you can say, then practice again. Each time, try to speak a little more clearly. Remember, you do not have to wait until you travel to use real-life English. You can practice real-life situations now. Imagine the situation. Use useful sentences. Repeat them often. The more familiar a situation becomes in your practice, the less afraid you may feel when something similar happens in real life. Another great way to prepare is to talk about unexpected things. Ask yourself a random question and answer without preparing too much. For example, what would you do if you had a free day? What is the best gift you have ever received? What makes a good friend? This practice teaches you to speak even when you do not know the question before. Real conversations can be unpredictable. Someone may ask you something unexpected. Daily speaking can help you learn how to think and respond. Do not worry if you cannot give a long answer. Start small. A short answer can become a longer answer with practice. For example, someone asks, "What do you like to do?" First, you may say, "I like reading." Later, you can add, "I like reading because I learn new things." Then you can say, "I like reading because I learn new things, and it helps me relax." Daily talking helps your answers grow naturally. Remember Lena? At first, she knew English, but she was not ready to use it. Daily speaking changed that. She practiced real situations. She repeated useful sentences. She learned that simple English was enough to communicate. You can prepare yourself in the same way. Talk every day. Practice introducing yourself. Practice asking questions. Practice asking for help. Practice describing problems. Practice talking about your life. Every small conversation you practice today can help you tomorrow. Maybe you will meet someone new. Maybe you will travel. Maybe you will get a new opportunity. Your daily practice can help you feel more ready. So do not learn English only as a school subject. Bring English into your real life. Use it to talk about real things. Use it to express your real thoughts. You do not need to wait for a perfect conversation partner. You can begin today. Practice alone. Practice with a friend. Practice with your phone. Practice in front of a mirror. The important thing is to keep talking. One day, you may find yourself in a real English conversation, and you will be ready. Not because your English is perfect, but because you practiced using it every day. Chapter 6. Your daily voice can change your English. I want to talk about the most important thing. Your English will not change until your daily actions change. You may know many tips. You may watch many English videos. You may read many books about speaking. But knowledge alone is not enough. you must practice. You must use your voice. Many English learners are waiting for something. They are waiting for more time. They are waiting for a better teacher. They are waiting for a speaking partner. They are waiting to learn more vocabulary. They are waiting to become more confident. But sometimes, waiting becomes the problem. If you wait until you know everything, you may never start. If you wait until you feel completely confident, you may wait for years. Confidence does not always come before action. Often, action creates confidence. Let me tell you about a man named Adam. Adam wanted to speak English fluently more than anything. He watched English lessons every day. He saved many English videos on his phone. He wrote hundreds of words in his notebook. But Adam had a problem. He rarely spoke English. Every night he told himself, "Tomorrow I will start speaking." But tomorrow came, and he said the same thing again. "Tomorrow I will start." One day, Adam looked at his old English notebook. He saw words that he had learned many months before. He understood some of them, but he could not use many of them easily. He became disappointed. Then Adam asked himself a simple question. What will happen if I continue waiting? He knew the answer. Nothing would change. So that evening, Adam made a decision. He said, "I will stop waiting. I will talk today." He stood in his room and started speaking. "Hello. My name is Adam. I am learning English. Today, I decided to change my life." His English was not perfect. He stopped many times. He made mistakes. Sometimes he forgot what to say, but he continued. The next day, he spoke again. On the third day, he felt tired, but he spoke for a few minutes. On the seventh day, he noticed that speaking was becoming easier. After 1 month, Adam could see a real difference. His English was still not perfect, but his fear was smaller. His sentences came more quickly. He remembered more words. Adam did not become better because he found a secret method. He became better because he stopped waiting and started practicing. This is a lesson for every English learner. You do not need to change everything today. You only need to start. Start with 5 minutes. Stand in front of a mirror and talk about yourself. Say, "My name is ... I am from ... Lout. I am learning English. I want to improve because ... Daddy." Then talk about your day. What did you do this morning? What are you doing now? What will you do tomorrow? 5 minutes may not seem like much, but 5 minutes every day can become 30 minutes every week. After 1 month, you will have spent many minutes using English. More importantly, you will build a habit. Habits are powerful. When something becomes part of your daily routine, you do not have to make a big decision every day. You simply do it. You brush your teeth because it is a habit. You eat because it is part of your day. You can also make English speaking a normal part of your life. Maybe you talk in English while making breakfast. Maybe you speak for 5 minutes before sleeping. Maybe you describe your day while walking. Choose a time that works for you and make it your English time. You can say, "Every evening at 7 o'clock, I will speak English for 10 minutes. Try to protect this time. Treat it as important. You do not need a perfect room. You do not need expensive books. You do not need to be an advanced learner. You only need a little time and the willingness to open your mouth. Another important thing is to stop being afraid of mistakes. Mistakes are not the enemy. Silence caused by fear can be a bigger problem. Imagine that you say, "Yesterday I go to the market." Maybe the correct sentence is, "Yesterday I went to the market." Yes, you made a mistake, but you communicated your idea. Now you can learn the correct sentence. Next time, you can say, "Yesterday I went to the market." This is how learning works. You try. You make mistakes. You notice them. You learn. Then you try again. Do not expect yourself to speak perfectly. Even when you become a better speaker, you may still make mistakes. The goal is not to become a person who never makes mistakes. The goal is to become a person who can communicate confidently and continue learning. Daily talking can also teach you to trust yourself. In the beginning, you may ask, "Can I really speak English?" After some practice, you may say, "I can speak a little." Then you may say, "I am getting better." One day, you may say, "I can have a conversation in English." These changes begin with small daily actions. You should also remember that your journey is your own. Do not compare your first day with someone else's 10th year. Maybe another learner speaks faster than you. Maybe someone knows more words. That is okay. Your job is to improve your own English. Ask yourself, am I better than I was last month? If the answer is yes, you are moving forward. You can more English now. Maybe you can speak for 1 minute when before you could only speak for 20 seconds. Maybe you are less afraid of making mistakes. These are all signs of progress. Celebrate your small wins. If you learn a new word and use it correctly, feel happy. If you speak for 5 minutes without stopping, be proud. If you have a small conversation in English, celebrate it. Small victories can give you the energy to continue. You can also make a simple speaking challenge for yourself. For the next 7 days, talk in English every day. On day 1, introduce yourself. On day 2, talk about your family. On day 4, talk about your favorite food or movie. On day 5, talk about a happy memory. On day 6, talk about your plans for the future. On day 7, speak about anything you want for 5 or 10 minutes. Do not worry if your speaking is not perfect. The challenge is not about perfection. The challenge is about consistency. After 7 days, continue for another 7 days. Then continue again, little by little. English speaking can become part of who you are. You can also use the people around you. If you have a friend who is learning English, practice together. Ask each other simple questions. Talk about your day. Correct each other kindly. If you do not have a speaking partner, do not use that as a reason to stop. Talk to yourself. Record your voice. Read aloud. Answer questions. Practice with the English around you. You are your first speaking partner. Remember, you already have something to say. Your life is full of ideas. You have memories, opinions, dreams, problems, and plans. You do not need to search for difficult topics. Talk about your life. Say what you see, say what you think, say what you feel. Start with simple English. Simple English can carry big ideas. Another powerful habit is to end every day with a short English review. Before you sleep, ask yourself, what happened today? Then speak. You can say, today, I woke up early. I had breakfast. I worked. I talked to my friend. Now I am tired, but I am happy because I practiced English. This daily review can improve your speaking, help you remember your day, and train you to think in English. You can also begin every morning with a short English plan. Ask yourself, what will I do today? Then answer, I will finish my work. I will exercise. I will practice English for 10 minutes. These small morning and evening habits can bring English into your whole day. Always remember that fluency is not magic. It is built little by little. It is built through listening, reading, learning, and speaking. But if you want to become a better speaker, you must give special attention to speaking. Use your voice. Do not hide your English because you are afraid. Do not wait for the perfect time. Do not wait until you feel ready. Start today. Maybe your English is weak today. That is okay. Maybe you know only a few sentences. That is okay. Maybe you are afraid of speaking. That is okay too. But do not stay in the same place. Take one step. Say one sentence. Then say another. Tomorrow, do it again. Your future English is being built by the words you speak today. Every minute of practice matters. Every sentence is a small step forward. You may not become fluent in one day, but one day, after many days of practice, you may suddenly realize something. You are speaking more easily. You are thinking more quickly. You are no longer as afraid as before. That moment will come because you continued. So make this promise to yourself: I will talk in English every day. I will not be afraid of mistakes. So I will start with what I know. I will keep practicing, and I will never give up. Hourin per or. Thank you for being part of this journey. I hope this story has encouraged you to use your English every day. Now, I want to hear from you. How many minutes do you talk in English every day? What is the biggest problem you face when speaking? Share your answer in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this lesson, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with another English learner who needs motivation. Keep talking. Keep practicing. Keep believing in yourself. Your English can change. Your confidence can grow. And your voice can take you to places you never imagined. Start today, speak every day, and never give up.